get some in now. Let your edge out. Put some ice book.
Welcome back, everybody, to Girl Code Media. I'm your host, Chanel. Welcome to another amazing Monday. We have a special episode in store. I am so excited because we can't even get into it right now. I'm going to save it to the end. But this is my sister. We talk about being a sister's keeper on this show. We talk about the awareness of like the things that we could do better as women towards each other. But as we're talking about the challenges, I also want to bring people on here that has been an instrument in my life and a vessel in my life and a sister to me. And this one right here.
Hey, y'all.
If we locked in, ain't no switching up, okay?
Not
so this is a very special episode for me. I cannot wait to for you guys to get to know this one. And she's going to tell you about herself. And we're going to get into it real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell them, who are you? Who are you?
So, my name is Lyrical. That is not my government name, but that is my name.
The name you call her.
Yes.
Okay.
That has been my name for 20 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
I started off as a poet.
I didn't know that.
Yes. I started off as a poet, a spoken word artist, a singer. I was in a band. But now I'm a mother first. And I love my babies. I'm a mother of a 30-year-old. And a 21-year-old. I know I look amazing. Thank you.
She really does.
All natural, everything.
Period.
But I have my own management company.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the biggest management companies in Chicago. I have my own label.
Yeah, she does.
Record label. I am a motivational speaker. I am a semi-sports guru for my son.
Yeah.
With the help of him. What else? I'm a sister. Mm-hmm. I'm an educator. I am a vocal coach. I am an amazing business partner to my business partners. I think I said I'm a sister. I'm a sister.
I was going to end it with that. She's a sister.
I'm not a friend. I am a sister to
literally
many sisters and brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm a child of God.
Amen.
First and
foremost.
Yeah.
And you wear so many hats and she wears them well. Okay.
Thank you.
Wears them well. So I always ask everybody when they are on the show, like, okay, those were your titles. That's the things that you classify with. But like for somebody who doesn't know you,
mm-hmm.
what would they be experiencing? Who are you without the titles? What is it giving? Like for me, I'll tell everybody, like I'm a Cancer, like low-key, a true Cancer. Like I'm sensitive to people. I could tell if I'm around good energy. I could kind of read that. And I'm fun. Mm-hmm. But I have my introvert ways. Like, I will close the door and not come out for, like, a day or two. Because, like, I have to give myself...
Yes, she will.
Not for real. Like, I tell everybody that. Like, I could be real happy one day, but then it's like, I need time to myself to, like, replenish.
Yeah.
And to get back to myself. So, I'm that type of friend. Like, we could hang out, but you might not hear from me for about 2-3 weeks. And that's okay.
And that's okay. I wish people would understand that. Like, we don't have to talk every day. We don't even have to talk every month.
Like I am yours. I'm
yours.
I am mine's before I am yours.
Yeah.
And I can't be yours if I ain't from me first, basically. So I believe in that balance. Like I'm that friend. I could go to a party. I could go to church. I could go to a park. I could go. Like I'm a chameleon in those areas.
Yeah.
So what about you? Like what is it giving?
Oh, so it is giving. I am 100% a Scorpio.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, I definitely am. You know that. October 26th.
I love Scorpios though.
I know.
Y'all real ones.
Yeah, we too real sometimes, but
I love it though.
I am just a woman that did not know that I was on a mission, if I could say that. Like, I didn't know the journey that God was going to have me on when he created me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'm a product of adoption. I was given up for adoption at 5 days old.
Mm-hmm.
I came from a well put together family.
Mm-hmm.
But my grandmother did not see fit for my mom to keep me at the time, and that's okay. I'm so over that now, and I understand it. I respect it. I appreciate it. But I was adopted into this amazing family, which is my mommy and my daddy and my grandmother, my cousins, my aunties, my uncles, siblings, and that journey was tough for me when I found out that I was adopted, because I felt like I didn't have a sense of purpose at that time because I was so young, so I didn't understand. When it registered when I was in high school. I found out when I was 7. So I recently just had a conversation with both of my kids and my cousin, and just kind of was like breaking down to them how I feel, and people can put on you how you should feel, but until you've been put in that spot, you don't understand like how real abandonment is. You don't really realize like what type of spirit you're under attack from, because that can follow you all throughout your life. So my life purpose started in the womb with trauma, because my mom was going through it and she didn't want to give me up for adoption. So for her to have to do that, I felt every emotion, and that's probably why I am so emotional. But when people see me in business, they be like, I can't. You cry? Like, I cry all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I think that people take the fact that I'm so strong and I've been through so much.
You are strong,
and just like,
you might not even want that title.
Yeah, like
anymore,
I don't.
You
I don't
have that. You're resilient.
Yeah,
You're
thank you.
resilient.
And I never wanted to be that. I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a veterinarian, and I wanted to run track. I ran track in high school, and I got pregnant.
You ran track?
I did.
I can't run to save my life. I jogged yesterday for like the first time in years. I'm like, I don't know what it is now, but I'm attracted to it. Yeah. But I can't run unless somebody's chasing me. So, you gotta, I didn't know that.
I ran track. I was the anchor.
Get out. Okay.
And I wound up getting pregnant. And I just, I tended to my daughter. And so I let that part of my career, that part of my track career in high school go. So I think for me, like, I am just a woman, but still very much a little girl inside, because I've had to deal with so many traumatic experiences within myself. But I come from a beautiful, loving family that gave me everything that I could ever wanted, everything that I could have ever needed. That stunted my growth, though, because I was adopted. They felt like they had to
confiscate a little bit.
a lot, and they didn't really have to. But I don't know. I'm just a walking like testimony. Every day, yeah, literally like a testimony of just not giving up and not giving in and not like beating myself up so much and all of that other stuff. Like, because I tell people all the time, like, I'm a product of a single mother. I had my kids when I was in high school. I had Ashley when I was in high school. I got married young. You know what I'm saying? I got divorced young. Then I had another child that I raised. So I'm like everybody else. I think for me, I come from alpha women. I come from that. So I came from that with my birth mom and my grandmother, and then I was put into, my mom is a doctor, my grandmother has six children, my aunties and everybody are super, super strong. So it's not that I wanted to be what I am. I think I was just, I just walked into it. And so I don't know.
I don't know if you walked into it or like everything that happened, because we serve such an intentional God. I feel like those experiences were supposed to shape you for the woman that you are today. Like, he trained you. He gave you that groundwork, and you didn't fold.
At all.
Because, like, you being strong helps me in my season of weakness. And I think we, like, as Black women, we are getting tired of the word strong, because it's almost like a requirement more than, okay, I can't just be weak. Like, we can only be strong. Being strong is a good attribute. Like, being resilient is a good attribute. But if I can only do that and nothing else, it becomes a burden for us women. But I just want to encourage you because, like, I needed your strength. Like, I'm happy you are strong, like, because it helped me in my season.
Yeah.
So everything you are is everything I feel like God intended for you to be. And
and I'm not supposed to. You're not gonna. First of all, God is a comedian. That's first off.
Hilarious.
Like, he is
hilarious. I'm like, my whole life is like he a joke.
Okay.
Like, he just up there entertained.
But I think that you just never know. Like, we don't always want to be strong. And I think that when you are so strong, people just think that you don't need anything, or you always are going to be good, or okay, so you got this, so you
they don't even consider you.
They don't consider you at all. And it's like, I'm still a woman. I'm still healing. I'm still that little girl. Healing. Yeah. I'm still scared of spiders. I still don't know how to change my tire. I still don't know how to, like, it's so much stuff that I think that we're just expected to, like,
you gotta be everything,
deal with. And it's like, I do not want to always be the strong person. I don't always want to give you advice. I don't always want to help you out, because I'm always doing that, and I'm never getting, like, oh my God, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, and I love, don't get me wrong,
it's our gift, so we're going to attract those
but you don't
people,
know how much energy it takes from me, because not only did you call me, somebody else called me, and not only did they call me, somebody else called me, and not only did they call me, my kids need me,
and I will literally watch you fight all those fires with people, like, literally.
Yeah,
you delegate so many situations. Literally, like, you would be on the phone with somebody, they're complaining. He's like, okay, y'all hug it out. Okay, somebody else calling. Like, you.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I thought I had the capacity, but you are like on back-to-back calls, because people, they know that you're wise and they seek your counsel. But I think it's so important to, like, have the community that pours into us too, because it can be depleting. And that's what we're literally about to talk about. Like, what was your community like in Chicago, like where you grew up and where you made a name for yourself? Like, how was that? Like, was it hard to find community for yourself in Sisterhood? Did you deal with any abandonment issues? Like, I know I have like some rejection, and I'm still dealing with. Like, I love when my friends affirm me, like, when I'm wrong or anything. They say, like, Chanel, I love you. I got your back. I just wanted to address this because, like, I've been done poorly. And my rejection is just like, it's hard to receive people sometimes, because I feel like they're about to reject me, or like, dealing with conflict could be hard for me, because I feel like, okay, we're just gonna cut each other off instead of, like, work it out. So what issues did you see, like, with the abandonment, like, growing up in your hometown, or like, how was it making friends for you growing up?
So,
you got probably
I was very, very, very popular growing up. I was very popular, and I think, like, being able to sit down when I have these interviews, it always makes me sit down and think about, like, different stuff. So, like, I was always the child that was out. I was a tomboy. I was running with no shoes on. I was racing the boys. I was climbing the trees.
A good old time.
And I always was the person that had all the friends over. I always was the person that they wanted their kids to play with me, and they always, I was in, like, Jack and Jill, which is like a sorority of, like, I
just heard of that maybe
like,
2 days
ago. Kind of like back then it was like the upper echelon kids, and I hate to say that, but, like, my mother's a doctor, my father's a stockbroker, an insurance agent, so it was that caliber of people. I was always just very outgoing, but I was always to myself as well. Like, I always remember, like, sitting in my room and writing, sitting in my room and humming, singing. I was always funny, the same way that I am now, because now it's like, I'm the person that can go do things by myself. I've had people call me and they'll be like, Lyrical, I just went out to eat by myself for the first time. And I'm like, girl, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
It's
because
foreign to a lot of people.
I think for me, like, I don't be wanting to be around a lot of people. You know what I mean? It's like core people that I just love, and I soak their energy up. So I think that my community back in Chicago, when I was growing up, I had so many people. I had so many friends. I had so many boyfriends.
Mm-hmm.
I had so many, like,
right.
I had all my girls.
Everybody wanted you.
Yeah, I was always like out. I was always outgoing, but I always had that sense of like, I gotta retract. You know what I'm saying?
So you had that discernment growing up, because my mom and sister would literally like still joke to this day, like, Chanel, everybody your friend, like, because I was that person too. Because I had little families, so I sought that out in friendships. I was fun. I hang with the geeks. I didn't do the cliques. I hang with everybody, literally.
And it's crazy because
but I didn't have that discernment though back then to know, like, okay, you might not be for me. Like, yeah, we laugh about stuff, but like, you might not be for me. But it sounded like you said you knew how to retreat.
I knew how to retreat a little bit, but remember when we went to that other event and I was like, damn, I think I was bullied. Remember? And I was bullied in one situation with a friend, and we've since we ain't really got past it because I've never told her like, you bullied the shit out of me. Now a couple of my sisters know, but it's like as you get older and you start like, because of course now it's talked about, but my mom used to always tell me like, everybody that's around you are not your friends. She used to tell me that all the time. And I ain't see it. It's like, Mom, why you acting like that? But you call her your daughter though. And she like, I call her my daughter because she's with you all the time. And so I think that
moms be knowing too.
She knew. Ooh. And so now guess what? I'm a mom and I be knowing. You know, and they don't be believing or whatever. But it's just like my community was strong because I come from a very big family. A lot of cousins. Growing up, I had a lot of sisters. I was always the one that was like, I don't have friends. I don't believe in the word friendship because
they become family.
Yeah, because God is not going to put somebody in my life that I'm not supposed to learn from. So I know what associates are, but I don't think I ever had friends. So as I grew into like the industry part of things, I did have, well, I still do. I had sisters or people that came to work for me that became family. Aww. And in the process of them becoming family, they weren't yes people for me. I had a lot of yes people around me. I didn't realize that until one of my sisters was like, I'm not a yes person. And I wasn't asking her to be a yes person, but she was checking the people that were yes people to me. And she was like, Lyrical don't need that. She don't need that. Like,
we would never grow.
You'll never grow. And so me and her became like inseparable. And she's my sister still. But she has a family now and she's done different stuff with her career. But she's always that peace of mind where I could pick up the phone and call her and be like, okay. Or I could just call her and be like, I'm coming over there to just go to sleep. I don't have to talk about nothing. Nothing. And she's always going to be there, her and her family. So I think like my community was strong, but this industry started intimidating the shit out of people when it came to me because I was new on the block to them. But I was like a corporate America woman. They couldn't like shake like how I moved. I didn't move street. I moved strategic and I moved in love. And I'm in the devil's industry though. Yep. So coming into that, it was just like, okay, this is a different type of a beast. It's a different journey that I'm on. When I was in corporate America, I remember taking a walk, which is crazy, but I was taking a walk, I was working out, and I remember God saying, like, you're going to speak to the masses. I didn't know what he was. I'm like, I'm not about to be on somebody's pulpit. No. You're not about to make me a first lady or a deaconess or whatever these people is. I'm not the treasurer or nothing like that, but I remember, like, where I was. Because now that I moved back home, I take the same walk. And I just, every time I walk past that little spot where he told me, I just be laughing. Every time I be like, oh, it didn't have to do with church. It had nothing to do with that. It had something to do with the ministry that he was about to put me in. And now I realize that what I'm doing is literally like a ministry because I'm trying to save a soul a day. I'm trying to get people closer to God. I'm trying to show people that you don't have to be a dirty person to get to where you got to get to, and you don't have to be greedy, and you don't have to be mischievous, and you don't have to be like all of the things that the world has like constructed us to be. So,
and did you did you see that like people basically dropping their morals and values down to get to the top.
I had people take from me.
And
I had people lie on me. I had people backstab me. I had people hurt me, gut me, be around me and didn't have good intentions just because they wanted to use me to get to where they wanted to be. And it's cool because that was just my assignment. So when I realized that
and how did you deal with
it was
that?
an assignment,
yeah,
I just resorted back into my introvert ways. Like, okay, I'm gonna keep this away from me. I'm gonna keep this away. But I didn't realize that not only was I affected, my kids were getting affected because now they formed relationships with these people, and it was hard for them to kind of understand, like, okay, well, Ma, why you not getting on that with them? And I used to always tell them, like, I ain't gotta say nothing. God got this. I don't ever have to say nothing. I'm just gonna keep moving in love. And that's very hard to do because I'm from Chicago, and we get on that real quick.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like, I've upheld this person in this industry, and they want me to go off. They want me to
get out of
crack.
character.
And the more people God would send me that were like bigger people, now I've taken people from the porch to being millionaires, and I'm not a millionaire, but I'm getting backstabbed, and I'm getting talked about, and I'm getting lied on, and I'm getting ridiculed, and I'm and it's just like, I'm a woman at the end of the day that's just doing God's work. So once I figured out the nook of this that I was in, I was like, oh, this ain't got nothing to do with me. It's got all to do with God. I'm a soldier. So this is what he keeps like attaching to me. Like, okay, here, that person, here. And I just be like, oh, God damn. Like, okay, what's this lesson? Because it can't be that I'm always trying to get the lessons. It's got to be I'm teaching somebody a lesson. And because karma is so real, I'm going to stay on their life. I'm going to stay in their mind for the rest of their life. So, okay, so that person did me wrong. That's an assignment.
Yeah.
Could you have done something different? I did everything that I was supposed to do. Nope. Okay, that person is an assignment. But it's just like, when do the assignments stop? And then that's when I realized. It's like, that's when I realized.
When did the assignment stop? I'm done taking this test. So how many lessons do I need to pass?
Did I graduate?
For real.
But I realized, like, when I had asked him that question, it was like, if it stops, my purpose stops.
Ooh!
So, if it stops, my purpose
Keep
stops.
on going, Lord. My bad.
Yeah.
We're going to take that last part out.
My purpose stops.
Ooh.
If he stops, like, sending me stuff, then my purpose stops.
Because you're changing. Every encounter where somebody did you wrong and you led with love, that shows them that you're a disciple of God.
Yeah, and it also shows that he's gonna keep blessing me in your face.
Because he prepared the table and your enemy.
And y'all become my footstools. I don't care how much money you have. I'm rich in favor. I don't have to be rich in my account, because he's gonna make a way to provide for me and my babies to show that I'm okay. But I think the biggest thing that I always wanted my kids to know is, like, being quiet is being loud.
I'm learning that in this season.
Being quiet is being so loud.
Ooh.
And I don't have to, and as much as I can make a phone call, because I'm able to make a phone call, but
you backed by God.
Why? That's the biggest phone call that I can make, is just understanding and hearing him and knowing that he's all the community that I need. Because it's like, when you finally hit heaven's gates, and it's like, when you finally have this conversation with this man, it's gonna be like, you did a good job. You did a good job. You didn't quit. Because I think a lot of people take their careers, and because it's just so much turmoil, it just keeps smacking you in your face. Keep smacking you on your face. You feel like, damn, I'm just gonna quit. I'm gonna go look for something else. But there's no plan B.
And that's what you taught me being out here, because y'all, I was going through it. It was hard. It was hard. And like, coming from a small environment in my community, I feel like there was a cap on success. And I felt like I was a shark in a fish tank. So when I moved out here and going through the things that I was going through, everyone was like, okay, get a job, do this. And I could not get a job to save my life. Like, it was so hard. And she's literally like, Chanel, didn't you do this program? Didn't you do this stuff in Ohio? Why aren't you doing it now? Like, there's no plan B. Like, you're out here, like, and she's a full-time business owner. And I was able to see that firsthand, because, like, being in Ohio, I think, like, a lot of people have side hustles and stuff. But, like, to think that, I could do this full time. Like, let me believe in myself. But before you sometimes believe in yourself, it takes somebody else to believe in you.
Yeah.
And that's like your anointing and power on people, because like you see the bigger picture and you don't allow yourself to be shifted when times get hard. But for me, when stuff starts shaking and that boat start rocking, in the Bible, like they was like, okay, God, like it's a thunderstorm and stuff, like what's going on? They were scared and he was asleep. You that type of person, like you would be asleep. And I'm like, literally, you don't feel this. So that was like my time of life. He's like, Chanel, it's cool. So for people who like are in the industry and like you went through a lot, how did you practically keep going, and what led you here to Atlanta from Chicago?
Okay, you said a lot in that one thing. Okay, so let me start with the plan A and plan B thing, because I just had this conversation with my nephew. That came from a situation with my son. When Kamari first started playing basketball, when you have kids do not know what they're going to be in life, period. Right? So on the sports side, we tried everything, basketball, whatever. And I just knew, like, okay, he's proficient with basketball at 1 year old. I saw it. So I was like, all right, well, there is no plan. And when he got older, I said, is this something that you want to do? Not because of me. Is this something that you want to do? With Ashley, I was young. I was 16. I didn't even know what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? So I didn't have these conversations with her. My parenting became different when my son came, when I was 22, 23, 20, however old I was when I had him. So once he decided that this is something that he wanted to do, I said, okay, there is no plan B. You want to play basketball, you want to be in sports, there's no plan B. This is how we're going to set your career up. We did this young. There's no plan B. There is no, I want to be an architect. There is no, I want to do this. I know we're going to figure out what you want to do and we're going to stick to it, because
that's so important.
You don't have to. Now, yes, basketball is your thing. But if basketball doesn't work, there's so many other things in sports that you can do, because that's your calling. And some people don't know what their calling is. And sometimes it's for people like us, because I feel like I'm an angel on this earth. I don't feel like I'm human. I feel like I can see what somebody is good at. Now, a lot of people don't have people to push them or have these conversations or whatever. And sometimes it comes too far in life. So I would tell him, like, okay, when he would get frustrated with basketball and he was tired of me and he didn't want to train and he didn't want to do this and he didn't want to do that and he bitched and moaned and whined, I don't care what you're talking about. It ain't no plan B. What we doing? Okay, so you want to be a water boy in sports? Do you want to be a trainer in sports? Do you want to be a media person in sports? Do you want to be a coach? Do you want to be a referee? You're going to do something in sports. There's no plan B. And I know that is what I'm supposed to be doing. So when I kept him committing to himself. He became a D1 athlete. Now you're at the top school in Miami. Now you got one of the biggest scholarships. Now you are a business owner. There was no plan B. So I don't care what you do. Now you're training kids. We had the same conversation at their age. So now your conversation for them is this really what you want to do? Whatever it is that you want to do, do not make it excuses for what you're trying to do. So I wish I would have had that conversation with my daughter, but my daughter figured it out, because I think women figure it out more. I could have been more of a mother, but I was more of a sister, because I didn't know what I was doing. My mother was more of a mother to her, and now we're fine.
I was like raising each other.
So now, like with people that come into my life in the music business, or like what your situation is, and you get so frustrated because it's like, it's just not working. Like, I'm gonna go get a job. It's not gonna work if you get a job. So God is gonna put you around people that either do it or figure it out, or that can give you conversations for it. And it's like, okay, nobody ever hears that conversation that there is no plan B. Nobody ever hears the conversation of like, okay, well, Chanel, this is what you do, Girl Code Media. You got to do something with girls then. You got to do something with media. You got to do something with the color pink, but it's no plan B. It's not going to work for somebody else. It's not going to, it's not going to make cupcake. It ain't that. That ain't what you do. That ain't what you do. You gotta figure it out because deep
Gotta
in your
figure it out.
deep in your belly, God gave you that.
Mm-hmm.
So because it's hard, we gonna give up. No, we
And giving up is the easiest
it's the
thing.
easiest thing, and it's like
It's the easiest thing.
and it's like if you give up, what if it would have worked tomorrow?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like that what if factor. Like,
mm-hmm.
damn, it might work tomorrow though.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm that person, but all right, we're gonna quit because tomorrow you could have got $100,000 gig,
That's
but you
a
gave
good
up.
perspective.
And so one of my clients, she's one of my favorite people in the world. She has 3 kids under 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's a rapper. She's amazing, right? And now she's starting to get all this notoriety. I've had her for maybe like a year and a half. And when I first got her, before I even got her, I really wasn't hearing a lot about her. Got her, started moving her and doing different stuff with her, whatever. And this is my back and forth person. We always lyrical, but I can't. Okay, there's no plan B. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. What you want to do? You want to rap? You want to get? So she's starting to get all these big gigs or whatever. And because she has kids, that's her beautiful, like that's her like sweet spot, right? Because I understand you have to get a job. I understand the different stuff you have to do to provide. Because music, you ain't gonna make no money in music unless you perform. Like that's just the real shit. You gotta have somebody that can help you perform. And so she would be like, I'm just gonna apply for this job. So every time she would apply, she would get the job, but then she would hate it and she would quit. So she just told me, she's like, I'm gonna go apply to be a police officer. I said, no, you're not. She was ready. She was gonna get that. And I told her, I said, you're gonna get that job. You're gonna get the job, but you're gonna sacrifice your calling. Yeah. And I know what your calling is. Well, how you know what my calling is? Because I know what your calling is, because I hear it. And God sent me to you. I didn't come to you. I don't go recruit artists. And my whole career, I've never went and said, oh, I want to work with you. Never. And all of the artists that I've helped and been in their lives, and I've never come to somebody and been like, can I manage you? I like your music. No, I ain't doing that. It just came. No, just came. I said, so you're going to get that job and then you're going to be real mad. She went and applied for the job. She had to go take the test or whatever. The day she had to take the test, we were in LA. The day she had to go take the test or whatever, she's like, I didn't go. She was like, it was something that you told me. And I said, yeah. I said, because if you're going to put all your time into working for somebody else, put the same amount of time. Now go get you like a little part-time job to feed the babies or whatever, but like work your ass off to get to where you need to be, because there's no plan B. You got to do something in music, because it's not going to fulfill you if you don't, and that's with anybody. Like, just because like, okay, so I'm a manager and I've been a manager all my life. That's how I feel. So I went and opened up the daycare. No, but I haven't even announced that. So you're the first person I'm announcing that to. So I opened up the daycare. And
that's right. I always wanted a daycare.
Yeah, I opened up a daycare. And guess what? Like, I never put a plan A or B on my life. I never did that to me. I can always do that to y'all. I never did that to me. But there's no plan B. Like, I'm a manager. That's what God put on my life.
So that takes priority.
It takes priority and precedence over the different things that I'm doing. So I can't give up. I can't give in. I got too many responsibilities and too many people depending on me to just do something else to show them the way, or to show them. Like, that's one thing I do know that God is doing. He always, no matter how much tired, no matter how weak, no matter how weary, no matter how many tears I cry, whatever, no matter how many times I say, God, okay, I just want to be just like sin. That's like, let me be in a relationship, a loving relationship. But God is so selfish with me. He's so selfish. He wants me.
He said he's a jealous God.
He wants me all to himself.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason why I'm not in a loving relationship. But then again, I am.
You're in
with him.
Several relationships though right now, like several. On earth, and then with him too. So
it's like, just because the worldly thing says that you have to be in a relationship with a man or whatever, that's what they wrote. But his actions have shown me so many times with so many of us women now that are so strong and just have been going through so much, and they're having so many hard times like finding the decent relationships. It's like, because you're in a relationship with God and you don't even see it. You don't even really understand it. So I understand what I'm doing.
What your calling is and like your
I'm definitely
purpose.
doing. I'm tired. I'm exhausted, but like if he stops everything, I have no purpose. I mean, you have no purpose, he takes you off this earth. So it's like, nah, let me keep being stressed and irritable and figuring it out and all of this other stuff because I want to be on this earth till I'm 126. And I'm claiming
don't get weary in well doing.
Yeah.
Don't get, and you're doing well.
Yeah.
You're doing well.
Thank you.
And was it that, that was good. Was it that mentality, there's no plan B, like I have to keep going to like leave my hometown? Because that's like, it's huge to leave your hometown, leave everything and invest in you. Like, was it a belief in you or like your belief in like the other artists and people around you that you were managing that led you here?
So when I first moved to Atlanta, I came because of the relationship that I was in with somebody that was in the music business as well. So we had tapped out of Chicago because we had did everything. And then we came here and we parted ways. But I think the biggest thing with me coming here was that I, at that particular time, coming from Chicago and coming from where I was, and I had a son. My daughter was 18. So she was pretty much like out of her adolescent stage. I had a son and I was scared shitless of the stuff that was going on at home. And I mean, and even though we came from a good area, I just knew that my kid was not of that life. And I'm of that life because I'm in that business. But it was just like, all right, we're going to come to Atlanta just to do something different. And it just happened to be amazing. And it just happened to be amazing. So I stayed here. But what's crazy is I did not get into any of the situations here. No cliques, no nothing. I literally just worked. And I was back and forth from here to Chicago to LA to New York to, traveling everywhere. But here, I just had a little community with my brothers, with Tino and Quan and Tori, and just, they were in the music business too. So it was like, oh, okay, that's my safe space right there. And
was it hard to make sister friends here?
I didn't have a need to because my two other sisters were in Alpharetta.
And it's a lot of people say that. I know this girl. She's like, I don't have friends because I have my real sisters. Like, we're good friends. But I'm like, dang, you don't have friends like outside of your family. Like, it becomes like a comfort zone because it becomes like all you trust. But
mine they moved from Chicago. They were here before I got here.
Okay.
So we're all Scorpios. So we just used to, when we were younger, we used to just talk about like, we're going to have big hats on. We're going to drink tea. We're going to sit on our porches or whatever. And then we're here. So we migrated down here and we all have kids. So like I have a huge family, a huge community base within my family. But, I mean, I met people like that I was cool with, like Nicole, Shika. Like I met people that became my sisters. But I wasn't looking to like get into like, I'm not that person. I'm not getting I'm not putting makeup on. I'm not getting dressed. I'm not. Like I'm not. And
that was like the scene here. You felt like you had to.
Like I'm not, because I'm not a phony person, and I wear my emotions on my face, and people think like, oh, I'm this. I'm just so mean, and it's like, nah, just. Energy and spirits are very transferable. It's very transferable. And somebody rubbing up against you like that, your spirit is on me. And I don't even know it. So like I moved with intentions from the time that I got here. I was like to myself. I like to shop. I like to go out by myself. I like to explore. I love nature. That's beautiful. Yeah, so like I wasn't like, I'm not that person that's going out and looking for somebody because I'm going to make whatever I got to make on my own. And people are going to gravitate to me versus me trying to, you know what I'm saying? So,
and
like,
you had community already in a way. You had your brothers, you had your sisters that was here. So you knew if you needed something, you did have that. Yeah. So you pretty much already had that foundation because there's so many people who are moving and they don't have anybody. Like for me, it felt like I didn't have anybody because literally all I knew was like a family member and we didn't get along, which led me to you. And you became my sister in that.
And I met you through a sister that became a sister in tragic times for her. I was there for her. And then, loved on her and now she's my sister, which is Gina, and then loved on you, and you know what I'm saying. So I feel like those are more organic relationships.
And you said you never sought anything, like it
never.
always just comes to you. I just came to her.
And never.
She said, "Come on, cousin."
Yeah,
like literally on the phone. I'm like, "Hey, the place is crazy."
Like, why are we having this conversation? Like, come on. And it's crazy because people don't meet
You did not
people
know
like
me
that.
from Adam.
Let me tell you something. I met you. The way I met you is the identical way that I met Gina. The identical. I'm talking about identical from the call. Identical exact way. And it was like, all right, let's just come on.
So...
But I feel like God is never going to put me in situations that I don't need to bless somebody with or whatever.
It's intentional.
It's intentional from him. And I don't even know, like, sometimes. But going back to my upbringing, I'm how my mom is. You know what I mean? Like, my mother is very, very inviting. Like, we've always had the big house and all the family members come over. She hosts Thanksgiving, Christmas, all of that type of stuff. So, like, and she's close with her sisters. So
that's beautiful.
It's on me. It's not in me. I mean, it's in me. It's not on me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not a phony person, but when I know somebody is having some type of situation going on that I can bless, I know that God put that person in my face to see what I'm going to do. Yeah. And I feel like if I push it away, then I'm too scared to fail him. I'm too scared to fail him. That's why I cannot do people wrong. Yeah. Because I don't want, his wrath is completely different.
Child.
Like, listen.
It's like, I'm not even scared of you. I'm scared of him. Like, but my relationship, for different level of
my relationship with him takes precedence over any human being on this earth. So,
and that's how you treat people well, because you have to be rooted. Literally, in my last episode, and if you guys are looking for community, I already told you guys the scripture that literally says, "Love him first, then love others as yourself." So there's a structure. Like, when you have the foundation with God first, you can then love others because he is love. You're not going to be able to even treat people right through love if you don't know God. Yeah. Like, you have to be rooted in that relationship first, and that's what you did. Like, you're locked in with God in that relationship, so you're able to treat other people well. And that's why she's on this couch, because she literally was her sister's keeper to somebody who was not her sister yet, which was me. And, like, I pay attention to that, and that's why I wanted her on here, because, again, as we're still going to talk about challenges in the girl culture, I want you guys to see the power of sisterhood, because literally I was not going to have a place to go. Like, there was a point I'm like, all right, look, like, am I going to look for a homeless shelter? God, like, you told me not to leave Atlanta. I don't have a job right now. Like, I can only be in a hotel for so long. So what's the end result? I never had to touch a homeless shelter. It was never even at that point, but it was just so much fears. Like, what if I never get a job? What if I never, like, it was so much fears. And she helped me. And, like, even now, like how you said it, it's no plan B, just reiterating that. And because I listen, because literally I still don't have no job. Yeah, but it's like, this is gonna have to work. We still we still gonna shoot. We still gonna, there's still, and like, you helped that confidence. And I'm just thankful for you and your spirit and your light. And again, just don't get weary and well doing.
I be needing that, because a lot of people think that lyrical is just this strong businesswoman, mother, sister, just this powerful. And to you all, I am. But to me, it's like I suffer with a lot of, like, stress just to try to be perfect for y'all.
But because I went through that, that's what I want to let you know. Like, I see you. I see you. Like, you are a daughter. Before you are anything else, like, you are God's daughter. Like, I see that innocence in you. I see that humility in you. And you don't have to be there for everybody. If you want to not call people, you don't have to do that. You don't have to. You are you are his first. And we love you for who you are, but it's okay to be you. Yeah. I'm going to love you in your quirks. I'm going to love you when you don't feel strong. I'm going to love you when if you wanted to quit plan A and just not have any plan. I'm going to love you. You have people around you that ride for you. Yeah. Like, you don't have to do that anymore. And, like, that burden of being perfect, I don't even know, like, what that stems with.
It's not even so much the perfect thing, like, because I don't care about being perfect, because I'm definitely flawed. But I think that just the overwhelming feeling that you get because you have to be like so, because when the calling is so deep, when it's so deep and it's deeper than what you think, like it's so deep. And I'm talking about from men that gotta send me in my life, and it's just like, okay, so he's an assignment. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm tired. Like, okay, God, when did I pass the test? Or, but I understand my purpose. So I just want people to always understand, like, you don't have to be, because it's so many me's. Like, you're me. It's so many of us. And I feel like we don't get the rest that we need because people do not appreciate us the way that they need to. So now that I'm older, I'm selfish with myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm more selfish with myself. I'm more quiet.
Yeah.
I don't care about showing up. You know what I'm saying? People don't have my number. People can't get in contact with me. I know my worth. You can't afford me. I don't care that you got every excuse in the book of lyrical. Why not?
Because God placed the love for people in us.
Yeah.
And sometimes we lack boundaries.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Literally.
Literally.
Like I see myself in you. Like, we're light bearers. And I had to instill am learning boundaries. So as we talk about community and all that stuff, like if you don't have boundaries, you're going to be connecting with people who could overuse you. And they might be good. They might supposed to be like in your life. But if you don't have those boundaries, it is depleting. It's so depleting. And sometimes like our gift of loving others could take precedence over the love we have for ourselves. And like to get that in check and balance, like before I wouldn't even close the door. I wouldn't even have that time for myself. Like I told you guys early in the beginning, but I had to learn to do that. Yeah, you gotta I can't be entertaining everybody 24/7. Like I'm not nobody's puppet sitting here. Yeah. Like no,
and I'm to the point where I'm okay that people be mad at me.
I'm still trying to get over that.
It's to the point where like, it's okay that you angry with me.
Yeah,
and I feel like with me, like it's just. You don't know my story. Yeah. You only know a smidgen of my story. You don't know that I'm a product of losing my brother and finding him dead and finding my aunt dead a year before that. Finding them, like, walking in the room and they not, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm a product of so much that I feel like now that I'm older, I'm all right. You can't tell me. I've heard every story in the book about life. You cannot talk to me about Lyrical, why you not answering the phone? Lyrical, why you ain't come through? Lyrical, because if I'm in your life, I'm in your life. And at that particular time that I was in your life, you got all of me. I make sure I give people all of me. So when I do start to like resort back to something else, I'm on assignment. I'm literally on assignment. It's nothing more that I can explain that to people, and I feel like worldly people don't understand that. They look at, because it's a difference between being worldly and being spiritual. I caught that early on. So I'm a spiritual being, so I require water, I require nourishment, I require peace, I require quietness, I require like zoning out. I require like good energy and being around like-minded and like-spirited people, because when I get around somebody that I know whose spirit is bad, God is working with me and he's working on me, because now I gotta try to get your soul to make you be, you know what I'm saying? So it's like my life has just been a very tedious situation. So.
Yeah, and people get I like, for what you're saying, like I identify with it well, because it's like sometimes I've been in friendships where they felt like, in a way, like they owned me. Yeah, like I'm yours. And that's what I'm saying. Like we're on assignment. Like you might be my assignment for 2 weeks or in this season, but like I'm not yours. You are not mine. I am God's. And it's like people get in friendships and they want to dictate certain. I don't know what that is.
So it's crazy because I tell people that are in my life that they are mine. So because I feel like you're mine. And I feel like I'm yours. I think when it becomes a burden is when you like that person feels like that possessiveness.
Like it's that,
so it's like a different type of like mind thing. You know what I mean? It's like my best friend Kelly that's mine. She's mine and I'm hers. We might not talk for a year. You get what I'm saying? But she knows if she called me or if I call her or like, she know. That's what I mean when it's like you belong to me because God gave you to me.
Yeah.
But before anything, I belong to him.
And so, you belong to him.
Yeah. So how dare you? But I feel like with people that are possessive, first of all, possess has all to do biblically with the devil. That's first off. Not saying that person has a devilish mind, but it's like a lot of people just don't know God, and a lot of people know the falsehood of God because of what they see on the internet,
and they want us to fill voids that only God can fill.
Because at the same time, we got our own voids.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So like, don't put the pressure on me to be this perfect person in your, fucked up life and expect me to come. I already got to work hard with you already. And you don't even know that I'm praying with you. I'm interceding in your spirit. You don't even know what I'm doing. So don't require so much of me. Don't require like, and be that friend. Like I have sisters that, like I said, like I have sisters where I don't have to talk about nothing. I can just, I'm on my way and get on the couch. They not going to bother me. They going to ask me if the kid's good. Only certain people have my location.
I know that's right. And being in the industry that you're in, like you need people like that.
Yeah, I need like, not to talk about music. Yeah. I don't want to talk about music.
I talk all the time. It's a difference between, I said in my last episode, it's a difference between friendship building and networking.
Yes.
Period. Like I'm not, when I get around my safe spaces, like my sisters, I don't want to, we might check in like, okay, how you doing? How you, just in case you need some encouragement. But other than that, we should have something more in common than our accomplishments and our titles. And I don't want to talk about my accolades sometimes or like I just want you to invest in me as a person.
Like we're not, I tell people all the time, like I'm on call 24/7, right?
Yeah.
But even in my personal relationships, like relationships with men, I've had situations where I've had to walk away from relationships because we talking about music and how to make money. I'm talking about you killing spiders and taking the garbage out. I don't want to talk about, because I'm like a doctor. My mother's a doctor. So every day you have to literally she deals with medical issues. She's 75 years old and she still goes and sees patients and still has a full load. But when she come home, my dad is like basically a doctor too at this point. But when they come home, they watching TV, they watching Westerns, they talking about different stuff. They're planning in the garden or whatever. Because you need that mental break. And I always say, like, if God could take certain people's brains out of their head and we can research them, the amount of stuff that we would see that they didn't take no time for themselves. Like,
ooh, do you feel like you're a doctor in this industry, the music industry?
Oh my God. Not yet, maybe. I just saw one of my business partners. I feel like he's a doctor in music because he's an engineer. And I feel like I've seen him take vocals and make Cinderellas out of frogs.
But you have that same gifting. It looks different. But when you said that, I don't know, there's just something in my spirit. I was like, hold on, you a doctor? Because literally the calls that I've seen you take, some of it was about music, but most of it had to do with their personal life. Like, you don't just take an artist and say, okay, you're going to perform. Like, you invest in their life. And with that,
because I feel like you have to. You know how people be like, you can't you can't mix business with pleasure, right? And I tell people this all the time. So you mean to tell me that if this person that I do business with goes and gets hit by a car, I'm just supposed to be like, let me call me tomorrow and let me know what we doing. I gotta care about your life because if I don't care about your life, and first off, when my clients have kids, I don't care about the client, I care about the kids. I gotta figure out a way to get money in them babies' mouth. And if I have a client that don't have kids, I gotta figure out a way to get you out of your situation
Just
that you're
empathy.
in.
People like empathy.
Yeah.
Like if I'm doing business with you, I'm not just doing business with you. I have to know your heart.
I have to know your heart. I gotta know your intention. I gotta know your intention. And on top of that, like you gotta care about me just as much as I care about you.
Yeah.
Like that, and I think that's in my earlier career.
People so transactional.
Yeah, in my earlier career, like I allow people to play with me and not care about me. But I'm out here flying and missing my babies for 6 months and putting them on they getting put on planes to just get me to mother them a little bit while they have to like get back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you cannot work with situations that don't have meaning for you just because you're working for somebody or working with somebody. Because I don't work for nobody. I work for myself. Period. I work with you. Yeah. But I'm working with you to get you to be a better you because that's what I'm supposed to do. Half of the shit that I be doing, I don't even want to do. But I got something in my head that in my spirit that is pulling me every day. Call Kylan, talk to Vicky, call China, call Freddie, call, you know what I'm saying? It's like I have, it's things that I have to do. So I feel like
that's your assignment.
Yeah, that's my assignment. I cannot work with people that don't care about me. If you don't care about me, then you don't care about my kids. And you're not supposed to care about my kids, but if you don't care about me, you don't care about nothing that has to do with me in order for me to show up for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now we just on a blank ass mission.
So real. And to wrap, because y'all, this is we could be on this couch forever. But to wrap this episode, it was so good. Again, I'm gonna call you the doctor of the music industry. For where you're at in your seat, dealing with all the women that you've dealt with, whether it's professionally in this industry or with your own artists and your own business partners, what is maybe one thing as a doctor you would change and prescribe to women in this industry as far as like doing better? What's the overall message you want to leave them, or things that you want to see change within this music industry regarding to women in any capacity?
I don't know how to say it, but stop.
We could start with the problem and maybe the solution.
Okay, so the prescription. So the problem is that a lot of women are very stuck up. And they feel like there's no better than them. So that if you're that way, if you're that way, then you're not going to be able to touch and receive and pull me up to get me to your level. When it's enough in the world that God provides. First of all, if you're working for $1 in your life, you not on this. You just going the wrong way. God is the provider of all things, not that job that you're working. Yeah. So if you are a woman of stature or status or whatever, or even just a girl in high school, and you see somebody that you see other people making fun of, why do you feel like you're so much better than the next person? And if you do have more, why not show her how to get more? Yeah. Or show her what she's doing wrong by giving a comforting conversation. But a lot of people come from different environments or whatever. But if you know you didn't like being treated that way, then why are you out here treating somebody else that way? And you know that you've been sitting in your car crying, trying to figure it out, and somebody could have just helped you. Why are you not trying to help that person?
Be your sister's keeper.
Yeah, so the problem is just like, stop feeling like y'all the shit. Yeah. And half of y'all masked up.
Masked up. I done seen it.
Hopefully, a bag don't make you. Yeah. Hair don't make you. Yeah. Makeup does not make you. A car does not make you. Money does not make you.
Girl.
Sorry.
She's like, who needs a full bitch? Sorry. So what's the prescription for that?
So the prescription is to treat everybody like that's your niece. Treat everybody like that's your niece. Treat everybody like that is a niece. How can you help her? Yeah. That's it. If she out here and she had 8 kids and you just was that person like, oh, I don't got nothing to do with her. She got 8 kids. Help her not have that 9th child. Yeah. Be that auntie. Even if you 12 and be that person. Like, stop. It's just, if you're not tired of seeing what's going on in the world, then stay worldly. Stay that person and see how far that gets you.
Yeah.
Just live for money. Just do that.
Mm-hmm.
Get all the bags you can get. Drive all the cars you can get. Get with all the niggas you can get. Do everything you want to do and see how far that gets you. Mm-hmm. It does not hurt to help and support people. And I have a problem with people that don't support when first of all, social media is just a click. Mm-hmm. You should be supporting every sister that you got because they doing something. Yeah. I'm in the music business. I can tell you how many people that are in my life privately that don't support my artists. It's nothing for you to repost. It's nothing for you because I'm not going to deal with no faulty artists. I'm only going to deal with good music.
Everybody's stingy with the likes, stingy with the comments, stingy with the love. It's cut off season. It's all about self.
All about self. But what's for you is going to be for you regardless. Yeah. But you can get more if you do more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
I love that. My sister, guys. We're gonna end it. That was so good, so powerful. And I just again want to thank you for being that caring, supportive person and being your sister's keeper. Literally, you embody that in everything that you do. And I just cannot wait to see where God takes you. He's right. Again, she works with some of y'all's favorite artists. Like, she didn't even go down the list for real, because it's not even about that. But besides the artists and other people that you're connected to, people are blessed to just be connected to you. Yeah. Literally. Yeah. Like, you have such a light in your life, and God is going to, like, I already see him using people in non-traditional ways, because I had that revelation myself, because I always thought I was going to bring people to church. That's my only thing. Let me get people to church. Mm-hmm. Like, if I could talk to somebody about God, let me get them to church. But sometimes, like, God want us to be the one to talk to them. Yeah, we are the church. Like, literally. The ministry, yeah. Like, he's going to use people, I feel like, this year in non-traditional ways, and there is no plan B about that either. Yeah. So you keep doing what you're doing. Don't get weary in well-doing. You're doing a great job, and we're so proud of you. And you have so many people in your corner that love you because you loved us. Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, literally, and that's God's love right there in general. So keep being that light. I know it gets hard, and it's a responsibility. Girl. It's a cost. Yeah. It's a cost. It's a cost. It's a cost. Like, I cannot keep saying it, because I'm like, God, I don't want to be the light in the dark place anymore, because everybody see light, but all I see is darkness. Because, like, it's a cost. Like, you're going to have people around you that make you want to give up and make you not want to trust. It makes you want to not love people. Like, I mainly got hurt by women growing up. And look, I'm over here speaking to women and helping and teaching the same groups that hurt me. Like, it's literally a cost. Like, we have to always be above the hurt. We have to always be, like you said, the strong one. But we're not doing it in our own strength. Yeah, we're doing it because of God. So I just want to keep encouraging you. I know. To not give up. It's okay. You know you're going to be under attack. Yeah. I'm always under attack. I'm under attack every day. Yeah. Every day. But you got the I
got
strength,
the armor.
You got the armor.
Yeah,
I got
full
the armor.
Yep. Every single day I am under attack. But God, that's all it is.
I love you so
much. I love you so much.
And we're going to end off with your favorite girl code.
So I have two. So the first one is number 63, clap for others. That's support. Yeah, and clap for others when you don't even know what your story is. You clapping might be you building a brick to get your stairs up. You never know. You know what I mean? Like, and it don't cost nothing to support. It doesn't cost nothing to support. Nothing. And if you don't support me, then I feel like you talking shit behind my back because you told somebody that you don't want to support. So, and
you reap what you sow. Yeah, so if you are supporting others, people are going to support you. Like, when I got here, I started serving, doing volunteer. Like, you reap what you sow. Give to people. It's not about you. Yeah. You'll get blessed in ways that you could have, you could have went against the grain and just bought a book, and then you wake up the next day and you got a refund for $2,500 in your account. Like, the way God does things is completely different than we can ever. He's all knowing. We don't know shit. And we be thinking we
Man,
know.
we be thinking we know.
But
we don't
his
know.
ways is higher than
Yeah.
ours. His thoughts is higher than ours. Like, it's beyond our understanding.
Yeah.
That's why you can't even please him unless you have faith.
Yeah.
It's the requirement.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to see the big picture.
Yeah.
And that could be an attack in itself, not seeing the big picture and feel like you have to see. Faith does not come by seeing.
Yeah.
Period. Like, that was a good one.
My second one is never discount yourself. Once you find out what your worth is, and it don't have to be on a monetary standpoint, but once you know what you deserve and you instill that in your children, you know what I mean? For the people that don't like start it, once you know what that is, don't never falter, because when you go to a store, they price. And if it's discounted, it's only discounted because that somebody gave up on that product and stopped buying it. That's how I always look at it. So, like, never discount yourself. Believe in yourself. If nobody gonna believe in you but you and God. And I think that sometimes
nobody could believe you for you.
Yeah.
Like, even though, like, you seen something in me, I didn't see myself in that season. But I had to get to a point where I matched that. Because, like, your belief isn't going to give me the motivation to do the work, basically.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You don't
people
have to
can't
you know
rely
how people
on
be
it.
like, you got to match my energy.
Yeah.
I don't want you matching my energy. Because I might not believe in you. So if I don't believe in you and you matching my energy, you ain't gonna believe in yourself.
That's real.
So match your own energy. If you see more for yourself, then figure out ways to create. Even if it's just writing it down, like the power of manifestation is so real. And I know people be like, I be writing stuff down all the time, and it don't never happen. It ain't gonna happen when you want it.
And that's in the Bible too. Write it down and make it plain.
Yeah, it's not like it's not gonna happen when you want it, but it's gonna happen when it's needed. You know what I mean? So you gotta go through things to learn to appreciate it. Then when you get it, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, so
and you can enjoy it.
You can enjoy it.
That's
you can
beautiful.
enjoy it more.
I love that one too. Mine's this one stood out to me. Is Girl Code 74. Stop trying to please everyone. If you seek to please God, that's enough. So I want to leave you guys with that. Yes. Thank you for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will put her information in the description. Yes. Follow her, support, like, comment, do all the things we talked about. Be your sister's keeper. And I will see you guys next week. I hope you guys learn from this conversation. We'll be back Monday. Of course.
I love you.